Thank you. And now we'll try to focus on how to live in mid-age with hemophilia in a country with low economy, such as Ukraine. It's my disclosures. We'll focus on two aspects, the medical aspects of mid-age of patients with hemophilia and social aspects. What Ukraine is? The country in Eastern Europe with a population of 45 million, but gross domestic product per capita is no more than 2,000 United States dollars. This leads to logical consequences in healthcare system and, of course, in hemophilia treatment. Because in previous years, we never had the factor supply more than 0.8 international units per capita, while now, due to the war conflict at the Russia border and consequent drop of the economy, last year we had only 0.4 international units per capita. This means that we don't have classical hemophilia treatment centers, while patients with hemophilia are treated in classical hematology departments. We don't have home treatment. We don't have prophylaxis for adults, and during 2 past years we lost the prophylaxis program for children. Now our children are only on-demand treatment. We don't have elective surgery, and actually we don't have classical physiotherapy for all hemophilia patients. Let's see into the demographic. Several years ago, Ukrainian Hemophilia Association launched the initiative to electronic registry of patients with hemophilia in Ukraine. And we, before the war, we tested it in one region, my region, Dnipro region of Ukraine, with a population of 4 million population. Let's see the diagram shows the distribution of general population of Ukraine by age, and this one shows the distribution in age of patients with hemophilia and related bleeding disorders. We see that for this mid-age from 25 to 40, we can see the great differences in the distribution compared to the whole population. While the data for the whole population in Ukraine are rather correct, they even had the gap here for the loss in population due to the World War II, and here is the loss for population during the Holodomor in 30s of previous century. While exactly for this mid-age, we have the great discrepancy. This means only one thing, that diagnostic in hemophilia is not in Ukraine, is not correct. This is the main consequences in medical aspect is musculoskeletal disability. On this slide, you can see the two typical people with hemophilia in Ukraine. They are easily recognized by their walking on the street. Another medical aspect of mid-age in such countries, Ukraine, is viral complications. There are no official data because there are no routine diagnostic for virus infections, but from our own investigations of our association, about 90% of adult patients with hemophilia who previously received cryoprecipitate and fresh frozen plasma have different virus infections. Until now, we don't have governmental program for the treatment of hepatitis C. Only those patients who pay themselves can try this treatment. However, we have governmental program for the HIV treatment. Let's discuss social aspects of the life of mid-aged persons with hemophilia. In previous years, usually this person received primary education at home, which is not so curious, attending school. This leads to complication in socialization of the person, and no more than 1/3 of persons with hemophilia in Ukraine can afford higher education, because until the finish of primary school, until the age of 18, many people have severe walking disabilities, and they could not routinely attend universities, or especially in another cities. Many continue to live with parents. This leads to the consequences regarding the employment. All people with hemophilia who have several musculoskeletal disabilities in Ukraine receive social support. In addition to social support, they can have a job and can receive a job if they can find one. However, we knew many cases of working people with hemophilia, and usually such people are good specialists in their fields. The jobs positions can include the teachers at school, engineers, doctors, medical doctors, radio mechanics, clockmakers, of course. They usually tend into the sitting, the performing of the work while you are sitting. Accountants, lawyers, research scientists, lecturers, and of course IT specialists. Regarding the employment, does hemophilia interfere with good education, good job, creation of the family? Probably yes, but probably not so much as we can realize, because returning to this slide, we can see who are these persons. One is one of IT company, one is a scientist. The third person is not so lucky. He don't have hemophilia. He's a driver for those two guys. Regarding the family creation, which is important for mid-age, rather many people with hemophilia create families. They have children. And in principle, we knew many successful stories when hemophilia cannot prevent people from a happy family life, from a happy life at all. In conclusion, due to great shortcomings of healthcare system, of course, many patients of mid-age in Ukraine are not well socialized, and their lives are affected to a great extent by hemophilia. However, we also knew, especially working within the Ukrainian Hemophilia Association, we knew a great number of successful stories of people with hemophilia. Such as, this is my grandfather. He had severe hemophilia. Now he is in my age. This is rather the mid-age. He survived in World War II, and he became a medical doctor. And many of his patients are still living now. And he had 2 children, one girl, my mother, and my uncle. And the main lesson I learned from him that aging with hemophilia. Of course, it is a challenging, but it could be joyful for us.